Hello everybody, welcome to Fateseal MTG. My name is Crex, and what you see in front of you is version 4.1.1 of my Lantern control list. I am experimenting with a couple of different things today, notably Spectre's Shriek as a Thoughtseize at home, basically. I have been looking for a second Thoughtseize to kind of answer all of the high mana value things that are running around in the format. And Spectre's Shriek came up in a discussion on the Discord, so I figured, why not try it out? It's really interesting. It costs you a card out of your hand if you exile a card from your opponent's hand that is not black. It gives you the option of choosing to either exile a card out of their hand or not choosing anything. So you can just spend a black mana and look at their hand, basically. But I figured it might be decent, where Thoughtseize costs life to kind of supplement the additional discount that Thoughtseize provides off of Pilfer. Spectre's Shriek costs a card out of your hand instead. And that might be good in situations where you're trying to hand dump, for example, against energy. I don't know. I feel like this is the sort of card that I'm going to have to play with in order to get a good handle on whether it's good or not, so I'm playing with it. Other things to note in this list are the, where is it? Here we are, the portable holes. I'm trying this as a catch-all answer to just random things. It is an artifact, which is really nice, but it has that white pip in its mana cost, which is what has stopped me from trying out portable hole in the past. But now, Mox Opal's unbanned. So I have tried to innovate the mana base a little bit here, trying to combine a little bit of old with new. I've got the Glimmer Voids and Spires of Industry from the old mana base, combined with the fetch lands, the basics. I got the shocks in here of the new mana base. So I have a black-white shock and a black-green shock in here. Here we are. So these two shocks are both in here. So we'd be able to cast an Ancient Stirrings on one turn and then a Portable Hole off of our Fetch Shock mana base on the other turn. So I do also have Prismatic Ending in the sideboard. I was really looking for just a catch-all answer specifically against energy that would be able to hit a Ocelot Pride just as easily as it hits something like a Flip to Johnny or a Goblin Bombardment. And Prismatic Ending came up as just something that can cleanly answer basically everything. So I figured I would give that a shot as well. So this is what we're trying out today. I will go ahead and boot up round one. Give me just a moment. All right, we have started round one versus Zexia. Hi, Zexia. As a side note for anyone who might be curious, I do not do friendly leagues. Every single league that I run through is a normal, standard, boring, actual league. This is a interesting hand. It's got 4 lands, so it's a bit slow. I'm relying on my opponent playing something slower, but it has Lantern, it has a way to dig for something else, and it has Saga and Bridge. I'm inclined to keep this, acknowledging that I could very well just get run over by a quick start from energy, for example. But if my opponent is playing something like blue-black Murktide, then this might actually be pretty decent. Or they could be playing that, which is not terrible, I suppose. Okay, so I will shock this in, and I will play a Lantern of Insight. See if this gets forced. It did not get forced. So they're going to have Mishra's Bauble and Counterspell in hand now. Got another Darcy here. And a Thundering Falls. Are they going to keep this Murktide Regent? No, they're not. They have plenty of threats already. Going to get rid of that Faithless Looting. They have just absolutely churned through their deck here. This is quite impressive. And yeah, suddenly this hand not looking very good. They've got another Counterspell in hand. All right. Well, I go ahead and cast this Mishra's Bauble. It's not looking terribly good for the home team, honestly. But I kind of knew that when I kept this hand. Now, here's what I could do. I could take this Ensnaring Bridge. And I could... Well, it's either the Ensnaring Bridge or the Mishra's Bauble, but I think I'm going to take the Bridge here. Portable Hole is a really good draw. That's quite nice to see. That'll take a lot of pressure off here. Go ahead and play the Saga out, and I will play out an Underworld Cookbook. And again, I just don't have the draw power. I don't have really any sort of control over this game at the moment. So my opponent has 4 cards in hand. They have 2 counter spells. They have a lightning bolt and some unknown card here. I think I will activate my Mishra's Bauble, cash this in. I don't need to be discarding any cards quite yet, I think. Let's just see what happens. Spectre's Shriek, huh? Well, these Darcys have flying. Oh, I'm just dead. I see. Wow, that's really fast. So let me think here. No, I'm just dead. It just doesn't matter. I would have to discard to Underworld Cookbook to survive, but I don't think that I actually have a way of staying alive past that. I'm gonna go ahead and play my Mycosynth Gardens out as my land. And I know I'm not casting this Portable Hole quite yet. I'm just gonna try and cast things that I hope will resolve. I will grab a... Do I fail to find here? What happens if I fail to find? What happens if I fail to find? Perhaps in this gate turn it was correct to just play Godless Shrine tapped and then just focus on Underworld Cookbook. I think I'm gonna grab a Grafdigger's Cage just to have, just in case. And I'm going to pass. Oh my god. All right, yeah, I'm probably not winning this. Oh, they bind the Sink into Stupor, huh? Okay, sure. All right, let's just do this now. I am going to... Yeah, I'm going to get rid of the Grafdigger's Cage here. And I will pop this food and gain some life. So I'm not going to die this turn unless my opponent has a... Unless my opponent has another Lightning Bolt in hand, but I feel like they would have just won the game here if that was the case, right? Okay. Let's go ahead and search our deck for something good. Do I grab Pithing Needle, name their fetch so they can't double counterspell this turn? I actually might do that. But I kind of don't want them drawing that Lightning Bolt anyway. They have a Faithless Looting in the graveyard, which is kind of terrifying. I think I'm just going to grab Pyxis. I don't know if that's correct or not. I will shock this in. I fully expect this Portable Hole to get countered. Yep, that's fine. All right, so Portable Hole is countered. I'm going to play this Pyxis out now. And I'm going to have to start discarding cards just to stay alive. I don't really see a way out of this. Oh, there is... Yeah, there's no way out of this. All right, that's good. Well played. I feel like I could have kept a different hand. I feel like I could have perhaps prioritized my things differently here. Maybe the Pithing Needle was the winning play. That would have allowed me to cast Ensnaring Bridge and had an empty hand. I would have only had 1 Millrock in play, presumably, if that even resolved. Yeah, I could have played that turn differently, I think. I think I might have had a chance if I had played that turn differently. Okay. Well, we're against some sort of blue-red something or other. So, what do I not want in my deck? I kind of like everything except for maybe the first Pithing Needle, second Pithing Needle, third Pithing Needle, I guess. And what do I want in? I kind of might just want additional discard in. I could take out the Portable Holes and replace them with Prismatic Endings. That's something that I could do. I could go down on Thoughtseizes, almost completely down on Thoughtseizes, and side grade them into Duresses. And then I could bring in Extirpates. I don't know how I feel about this, but I'll go ahead and try it. I'm going down on my number of artifacts quite a bit. Oh, this hand is a trap. I can't keep this. This hand is much better. I will keep this, and I'm gonna bottom the Spectre Shriek. I just don't want to deal with that. So I have seen the video by Aspiring Spike. Basically, anybody who exists in the community at all has seen that video. Everyone has seen the video. I actually watched the stream for it. Oh my god, that is triple preordain. Okay, how badly do I want to mess up this draw? The triple preordain is extremely tempting, but I'm not convinced that that is actually the big problem with this hand. What I want to do here is I want to make my Urza Saga constructs so big and so threatening that they cannot do anything else about it. So in order to do that, I need to remove my opponent's ability to dig for answers. I think I take the Faithless Looting here. I think I just invalidate this Ragavan by making my constructs too big for it. Yeah, I'm going to do that. My opponent is... So here's what's going to happen. I took the Faithless Looting. My opponent is going to draw, hopefully, not a shock land. They're going to play that Surveil land for turn. The next turn, I'm going to Codex Shredder. If I draw a land, I will hold up Extirpate. If I don't draw a land, then I'll hold up Ancient Stirrings. I'll play my Ancient Stirrings. And then the turn after that, they will deploy their Ragavan. And by then, by the time that Ragavan is able to attack, I'll have at least a 2/2. And this is definitely Stirrings for a land here. Yeah, I have to take a land. All right. Codex Shredder. And that is the power of discard. You can just plan the entire game around it. So they have played a Preordain. It's extraordinarily tempting to... It's extraordinarily tempting here to extirpate the Preordains, but I don't think that that's what this game is about. Wow, they're still digging for lands. Yeah, I think I just murder them. They're spinning their wheels here. They're not really doing anything. 0 top, 2 bottom. So they don't actually have the ability to control what was on their deck with the way that they sequenced that Mishra's Bauble. They didn't give me any information beyond... I looked at the top of my deck. So I do not believe I'm going to mill them here. They just have to beat what I'm doing now. I could get a Lantern of Insight right now, start controlling their draws. I could get a Mox Opal and then play out the Lantern that's in my hand. All right, let's do that. Mox Opal is busted. Oh, that's a nice Magus of the Moon that you've got there. It would be a shame if you weren't able to cast it. And now my opponent has burned all 3 of their Preordains that I know of. They drew a Meltdown for 0. That is kind of sad. So now the game has actually started in earnest. That means that my Mox Opal is going to go as well. Ah, that is an Ensnaring Bridge. That's a very good draw. Would love if I could have paired that with a, oh, what do you call it? Ooh, another Urza Saga. Another Urza Saga. I could play that Urza Saga and still hold up Extirpate? Interesting. They usually run 2 or 3 meltdowns in the sideboard as far as I've known. And also to, sorry, to continue answering your question about the Inspiring Spike build. Yes, I have seen that video. I watched the entire stream. I don't think it was that good, to be honest. I don't think the build was that good. All right. Do I stop on their draw step or not? I don't think so. Polluted Delta? I suppose this gives them Magus of the Moon. Oh, this gives them Magus of the Moon. Maybe I shouldn't have allowed them to draw that. Yeah, that's fine. Now they're gonna get a basic island here. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I shouldn't have allowed them to draw that. Let's go ahead and take Meltdown here. Yep, they've got 2 more Meltdowns. All right, so they've got 2 Dragon's Rage Channelers, a Counterspell, a Magus of the Moon, again, Ragavan, Nimble Pilfer, and a Preordain. So all 4 Preordains we've seen. But now they don't have a way to beat a Resolved Ensnaring Bridge. Yeah, they don't have a way to beat a Resolved Ensnaring Bridge, which means that if I mill myself into a land here, then I can just... Oh, yeah, that counts. All right, this game's over. So, Restore Balance is very nice at depleting your opponent of all of their resources, but it's not very good at stopping your opponent from, say, top decking a Thundering Falls into a Dragon's Rage Channeler. And the idea that Aspiring Spike had, where they just play the balance combo to remove all of the stuff out of their opponent's hand, and then use the Lantern Lock to make sure that they don't draw anything else relevant, only works if you first play Lantern and then play the combo. And I know that my opponent's not digging to any outs here. The best they can do is Lightning Bolt me a bunch of times. So what wasn't pictured in the video that was released is that Aspiring Spike also... I don't even care about their hand anymore. Aspiring Spike also went 1-2 drop and then 0-2 drop in 2 leagues with that deck afterwards. I think it was 1-2 and then 0-2. I don't entirely remember what it was. Yeah, let's take that out. But it's because it has to be assembled in a particular order. So if you just, restore balance your opponent, then you don't have the lock, then they just top deck. So that means that restore balance is kind of like an ensnaring bridge, except it's more difficult to set up. And the thing about Lantern is you don't need to take your opponent off of all their resources. You just need to take them off of the ones that matter. Like this one, like this game that I've got right here. I don't care if my opponent's creatures are in play. I have an ensnaring bridge. I don't care if they have 3 cards in hand, 5 cards in hand, 7 cards in hand. They can't remove this ensnaring bridge, ever. I don't think they had a, oh. Yeah, no, they had a, I think they might have had a Sink into Stupor thrown in somewhere in there. I'm gonna have to check my own TAM stream again and find out. I do love that I can do this. Just watch my own stream and pull up whatever they've got going on. I saw a Sink into Stupor in the first game. I don't know where it is now. I just thought I missed it, but no, I did not miss it. All right, well, put that win on the board. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 discard spells? Yeah, okay. Okay, let's go ahead and run this back. Absolute garbage 7-card hands. That's much better. So, what do I want to get rid of? That's the big question. I could get rid of the land and just punt the entire match. I could get rid of the Mishra's Bauble and rely on my Lantern Pyxis to get me there. Like, my hand's got all of the spells it needs. It just needs lands, honestly. I think I'll get rid of the Mishra's Bauble. Your mileage may vary on that. Someone else may have discarded the Prismatic Ending, for example. Thrown back the Prismatic Ending. But, like, I really just want to... They go play Darcy here, and I really just want to answer that. I just don't want to think about it. Yeah, this is perfect. Let's go ahead and answer this. And that was just so clean. That was so ridiculously, amazingly clean. And now my opponent is digging for another threat. They scryed 2 to the bottom. They're going to shock in, play another threat here. That's fine. And then now I'm going to... I'll Inquisition first. All right, so this is really interesting. This is really interesting. Counterspell, EI, Bolt, Sink. My opponent could just ride this Ragavan to victory. If I take the Sink, then my opponent has to EI into something. They'd have to EI into a land, basically. And that would allow them to hold up Counterspell. I could just take the Counterspell and then find another solution to Sink later. Just really counting on my bridge resolving quickly. This is very interesting. Kinda wish that I had played the Lantern first. I think I'll take the Counterspell. I don't know if that's correct or not. Alright, let's go ahead and fetch here. Do I want to risk Ancient Stirrings being a completely dead draw at the cost of 2 life? You know what I could do is I could grab the Swamp. No, but I kind of want Stirrings, honestly. No, I don't really want Stirrings. I want another land directly. I will... How likely is it that I'm going to lose this game to 2 life? I'm going to fall to 12, then 10. If I do this, I fall to 10, then 8. I'm going to take the Swamp. And then I'm going to play Mishra's Bauble, and then I'm going to look at the top of my own deck here. It's an Ancient Stirrings, of course. So I will go ahead and just do this. Go exile the top card of my deck here. And now, unfortunately... Oh my god. Alright. Well, Please. Mox Opal, no! I wanted that Mox Opal. All right. We're losing it. We are officially losing it. Oh, that was such a bad beat. And now my opponent is holding up Counterspell anyway. Oh, it's a Marsh Flats. Okay. So I could bet Shock myself to 12. Actually, I think I'm just going to play a Lantern here. A Meltdown. Meltdown is a card that is legal in the format. You could play that, yes. That's definitely a thing that you could do. Now I'm just going to shock myself anyway. I'm going to go ahead and exile. And yes, this Magus of the Moon is going to hit. So I'm going to cast this Stirrings now. Ooh, these are kind of ass, honestly. I think I'm just going to take the Swamp, knowing that Magus of the Moon is going to hit. All right. The deck has not been kind to me so far. Magus of the Moon. Another EI. Okay, so let's see if we've got anything that we're going to be looking at here. They have an island on top of their deck, and I'm not sure what they put in their hand. That is a Dragon's Rage Channeler into a Mishra's Bauble. It's fine. Oh, and they're going to be able to cast that Prismatic Ending. Are you serial? Dude, that feels terrible. I wanted that Prismatic Ending. I don't think I'm winning this. Wow, just kind of got a little bit of bad luck all around. Oh, they're taking the Pyxis. Okay, yeah, that's fine. You can take a Pyxis. All right, so they have Lightning Bolt, Sink into Stupor, Magus of the Moon, and something else. They still have that damned Sink into Stupor, though. And now they're going to be able to use Ragavan to cast my Pyxis. Okay. And if they have enough mana to do all of this, which they just might, then what they could do is they could Sink into Stupor my bridge. Then they could cast Magus of the Moon, shut off my Urza Saga, and then Spell Pierce the bridge on the way back down. That would be brutal. Oh, but I got a Mox Opal. Oh, but I don't have a Mox Opal. Yeah, you got it. Jeez, dude. What a game. All right, so Sink into Stupor is out of their hand. They still have one unknown. I'm at 2 life here. This is kind of terrifying. They cannot Spell Pierce this bridge in a way that actually counters the bridge. Actually, I'm going to tap like this. And now that Duress is castable, that's fine. All right. And now they need to land Magus of the Moon this turn in order to shut off my Urza Saga. Preordain. Yep, I'm just living by the seat of my pants here. Go ahead and do that. That's fine. All right, Meltdown for the win. Did you find it? They found a Magus of the Moon. Okay. Oh, but they've got a Sink into Stupor on top of their deck. And now this Magus of the Moon is going to shut off my Urza Saga. Go ahead and make a construct here. Wow, this has been a game. Yeah, Urza Saga dies. And now I'm just in a really tricky spot. It's a shame that they had that Mishra's Bauble. I cannot allow them to draw this. All right, let's go ahead and just hope that they don't find a way to remove this Ensnaring Bridge. Yeah, I had to sack the Lantern there. That was really quite unfortunate. But now they just have a ton of ways to dig for what they need, especially with that Expressive Iteration that they must have drawn at some point. An island. They have so many treasures, but they don't have a way to kill me quite yet. Okay, they milled a Faithless Looting off of that, which is not fantastic, mind you. It's not great. Top decking a Lantern was really good for me. Let's see if that actually hits, and it does. All right, Murktide Regent. So, can they remove Bridge, or can they not? They're going to have a Spell Pierce and a Sink into Stupor. God damn it. Okay, that's game. That was really good. Well played. Yeah, my opponent's Ragavan really messed with me this game. That was just... them being able to use my Lantern Lock against me kind of sucked. It kept me off of the discard that I really, really needed to have. Oh, that's all right. That's all right. Maybe if I had, I don't know, actually. Maybe this is one that I could review to see if I made any play mistakes. I feel like I could have possibly played better in the first game, but I feel like I did a decent enough job in the third game. Maybe the only mistake that I reasonably made was allowing my opponent to use the lock against me. Maybe I should have sacrificed my lantern there. Oh well, let's go ahead and move on to the second game. The second match. Okay, and we have started round 2 versus Dante the Snake. Yeah, I'll play first against you. Finally, a decent hand. We'll keep these. And this is the sort of thing that, this is the sort of hand that Portable Hole looks pretty decent in, actually. I can deal with their first real play, and I can discard 2 cards out of their hand. That should slow the game down enough for me to be able to do something meaningful. And I think I am just going to lead on the fetch. I don't really have a lot of control over what I can draw here or what my opponent can draw. Go ahead and discard them. Wow. Okay. Well, the Portable Hole is going to hit that amulet for sure. Maybe I could save the Portable Hole, though. Maybe I could save the Portable Hole. For what? Second amulet, I guess? Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Those amulets just have to be taken on site. And that slowed down my opponent a lot. All right, very good. Pithing Needle, huh? Pithing Needle. That is an Ensnaring Bridge? Okay, and now what does my opponent's hand do? Not much. Not much at all. I can take this Summoner's Pact. I can play this Mox Opal. Now my opponent plays an Arboreal Grazer. Prismatic Omen, huh? Haven't seen that in a while. Okay, Arboreal Grazer is down. Systemic Growth Chamber is down. Why do they only have... Huh. Oh, I took the Summoner's Pact. I see. Okay. All right, that's back in hand. Very important to keep accurate track of your opponent's hand here. Okay. And now I think I will play out this Pithing Needle on Talaria West. Just kind of want to shut down what they're doing. Prismatic Omen. I expect them to cast this turn. I find it very interesting that they're playing Oban and not Dryad. Yep, that's fine. Talaria West as a land. Come on, swing for 0. You know you want to do it. They didn't. Cowards. Okay. Let's go ahead and cast this Portable Hole. Take that Prismatic Omen. And now we'll play... Actually, we won't play Ensnaring Bridge. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll play Ensnaring Bridge. Because the Primeval Titan's going to come down at some point. There's a Saga from them is kind of scary. I would probably mill that if I had a mill rock. Alright, Selesnya Sanctuary is coming down. Talaria West is coming up. Just go ahead and play our cards. And now at this point, the Amulet of Vigor doesn't matter that much. They're going to go ahead and play their Primeval Titan. And let's see if they have a way to win here. Probably shouldn't have named Beseiju with this Pithing Needle, huh? A more forward-thinking person would have done that. Yeah, now they can just go ahead and bounce the Beseiju to hand. And I don't have a way to deal with that. Well, this is a very easy game that I could have won, but I chose not to. I chose to not win this game, and that's not good enough. All right, let's go ahead and play it out anyway. Honestly, it's just an embarrassing mistake on my part. I just saw the Talaria West and I went for it. Sun Home is down. There's a Prismatic Omen. Okay, so when are you just going to Beseiju my bridge? There we go. All right. Oh, I could have shocked in the Overgrown Tomb there, sacrificed the Codex Shredder to grab the bridge. Oh, well. Oh, it didn't matter anyway. All right, well, that's nice to know. Yeah, it didn't matter anyway. Very surprised to see this Prismatic Omen as opposed to the Dryad of the Elysian Grove for sure. Yeah, I think that's game. Okay. Yeah. I could have played a little bit cleaner, but in the end, my opponent top-decked the Prismatic Omen. No, they top-decked the Prismatic Omen because I didn't have the Lantern Lock. All right, yeah, that's fine. Give me a moment. I'm going to consult my sideboard guide for this. Okay, sideboard guide tells me to side out all of my Inquisitions, my Portable Holes, and my cookbook. Is that correct? That doesn't feel right. Especially on the play. I feel like I should be keeping some of these in. These damping spheres need to come in for sure. And I feel like I would want Thoughtseize over my Inquisitions. I don't know if I need Portable Hole. I feel like Prismatic Ending might be good enough. Go ahead and bring those in. And I didn't see any of the Green Sun Zeniths. And the fact that they're on Prismatic Omen tells me that they might not have any. Yeah, I'll try this. Okay, I'll be on the play. I have the Damping Sphere in hand as well as a lock. I will keep this. And there's a very obvious card that I can discard to the Spectre Shriek if I need to. So let's go ahead and just play it out. Urza Saga, jeez, sure. Alright, Urza Saga is down. And Amulet. So I now have the ability to Spectre Shriek my opponent here. Ooh, wow, yeah, okay, sure. Oh, jeez, God. Alright, how am I gonna line this up? Force of Vigor has gotta go, I think. Yeah, Force of Vigor has gotta go. It's gotta be Force of Vigor here. This is a really good hand from them. Oh, interesting. Huh, okay. Well, that didn't work. So I've got to do this the old way. So, there you go. Not Prismatic Ending, Prismatic Omen, and I'm taking the Force of Vigor. And I'm exiling the Lantern. Okay, that's fine. Let's go ahead and play out this Codex Shredder. This Prismatic Ending is now going to hit... Oh, there we go. Prismatic Ending's not going to hit the Omen. Okay, second Amulet. The Mycosynth Gardens. And now I'm going to play out my Damping Sphere. Rural Turf, that's good. I wonder what they're going to get. Maybe a map? Nope, just another Amulet. So my opponent's going to be very hard-pressed here to cast that Primeval Titan. In fact, without the Prismatic Omen in play, they can't do it. So they have to rely on their Mycosynth Gardens to generate green, and then they have to play Prismatic Omen. I think they can still play Prismatic Omen. I'm not convinced that they can play Primeval Titan this turn, though. Okay, so Valakut is in play, Prismatic Omen is in play. What happens if I take them off of green? What happens if I mill this forest right now? They could play one of these Simic Growth Chamber effects. They could tap it. So if I take them off green and then I use Prismatic Ending on the Prismatic Omen, then they could play one of their bounce lands, tap it 3 times, untap it 3 times. So that would be 3, then 4, 5. Yeah, that's not enough. I think I'm going to mill the forest. Ooh, that's a good one too, though. See what's on top of my deck here. It's a Thoughtseize. Well, now I can just Thoughtseize the Titan. All right, sure. So, cast the Mox Opal, cast the Prismatic Ending here. Going to tap like this. Very good. And I did that correctly, so it bypassed my Damping Sphere. I'm gonna let them have the Dryad. Oh my god. All right, yeah. And there's nothing that I can do here, really. They're gonna tap it for colorless. They will be capable of playing the Dryad, which is going to make all of their lands become problems. Which sucks because their deck is half lands. All right, so Dryad's down. They returned the Mycosynth Gardens and then played it. That Gruul Turf is down as well. I'm going to just have to use Thoughtseize here. Definitely taking that Primeval Titan. I cannot live with that in play. The Primeval Titan is down, and they would be able to cast that next turn, I think? Yeah, because this would tap for green. In fact, all their lands would tap for green. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and cast this Mishra's Bauble now. Jeez, dude. All right. Take that Boseiju off the top of their deck. Please just be a normal land. Summoner's Pact. You've got to be kidding me. Oh my god. I don't know if I can beat that. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll also do it. So notably, they have to win this turn now. Not Primeval Bounty. Primeval Titan, thank you. And they might just be able to do it with 4 Amulet of Vigors. You know what? I'm just going to activate this Mishra's Bauble, target myself here, and I'm going to F6. I think they're going to go for a win, and I think they're going to be able to pull it off. I probably should have shuffled with Lantern, I guess. Losing with a Lantern of Insight in play is kind of like losing with a counterspell in hand. So maybe I should have just sacrificed the Lantern. I'm probably more hesitant to sacrifice my Lanterns than I should be. Yep, here we go. Simic Growth Chamber has come down. Yep. All right. So I'm dead. It's not even a question. I'm just dead here. They can go ahead and give their whole squad haste. I'm going to take 8. I'm going to fall to 9. And then they're going to grab any 2 lands off the attack, and that's going to deal me 12. I'll still make them play it out, just because I kind of enjoy this happening. Yeah, they didn't even need to give the Dryad haste, because it's been able to attack this turn. I think part of this was just bad luck with the top of their deck. They just had a bunch of runners in a row. That being said, I died with the Lantern of Insight in play, which probably should almost never be the case. Like, even if the game just devolves into who top decks their thing first, I could have still, they had 3rd Valakut. Oh, they didn't have 3rd Valakut. They grabbed a Vesuva. Okay. Yeah. I could have sacrificed the Lantern. All right, and there's no more information to gain from here. I'll go ahead and wrap it up. Wow, well done. Yep, I should have sacrificed my Lantern, even if it was a little bit of variance that allowed my opponent to have some good runs. Oh, Ensnaring Bridge, look at that. Okay, well, I'll go ahead and start up round 3. Okay, we are at round 3 against Alex. Just Alex. I'm not going to say all of those letters. My opponent has kept 7, and I continue to just draw absolute, just unimpressive 7s. It's got a lock, technically. It's got a bridge. It's got a saga. The 4 Horsemen rule says that I should keep this, but I'm not excited about this hand at all. It's just so slow. And if I draw another land, then heaven help me. Okay, so this Mishra's Bauble will determine if I play out Mycosynth Gardens or if I play out... I don't really want that. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and play out a Shock Fetch here. And I will just grab Swamp and lead on Lantern. Thoughtseize is a good top deck for sure. So I got a Thoughtseize and I got a Pithing Needle. Gaia Reach Sanitarium is an interesting card that I usually don't see outside of combo aspects. Things like pairing it with the Narset Parter of Veils, I think it's called. Okay, and suddenly this hand has improved quite a bit just by having a couple of good draws. Orcish Bowmasters, you got it. Kroxa Titan of Death's Hunger, huh? Well, I'm taking the Spyro. It's a shame that this Codex Shredder is not a Pyxis, for sure. Yeah, Spyro's gone. And this is all that they can do, notably. So here they could cast the Kroxa. I would likely discard... What would I discard to Kroxa? Pithing Needle? Kind of inclined to discard Pithing Needle, honestly. Taking 3 here. Now Marsh Flats is gone. Kroxa's coming down. Didn't discard a non-land card this way. Yeah, I'll discard the Pithing Needle. Now, do I want this Ancient Stirrings, or do I just want to make a big dude and throw it in front of their tokens? I don't really want them drawing that. I'm going to mill... I could draw the Ancient Stirrings, shock it in, fall to 9, then fall to 6. Could grab a Grafdigger's Cage off this Urza Saga. Yeah, I'll go ahead and draw the Ancient Stirrings. Oh, I should have milled the castle. Oh, well. Oh, well. Fox Elf was a really good draw. If only I had drawn it. All right, go ahead and shock this in. And notably, if I take... Oh, there's my Grafdigger's Cage. So I guess I'll just grab Grafdigger's Cage here. Yeah, that's fine. And that is very good. All right. So yeah, we're not in terrible shape. We're not in great shape, mind you. But we're not in terrible shape. Oh, I see. That's annoying. Yep, that's annoying. That needs to be shut off. Maybe that encourages me to fetch a pithing needle for that Gaia Reach Sanitarium here. Oh, they have an Orcish Bowmasters in hand. Huh. Oh, I have a solution to this. I forgot. Go ahead and tap this for mana and grab an Underworld Cookbook. Thanks, Underworld Cookbook. So now my opponent cannot kill me before... So my opponent cannot both fire off their last Orcish Bowmasters and the Kroxa at the same time. In fact, they can't fire off Kroxa at all right now. I think I need to not take any risks. I think I'm going to discard this Ancient Stirring, so I'm going to create the food. I'm going to cast this Mishra's Bauble. I'm going to cast my Ensnaring Bridge. And now my opponent's going to draw this mountain. And I'm basically going to be SOL for the rest of the game. Okay. Go ahead and discard this Pyxis. And now, if I tap out for a food, then they can, in response, Bowmaster, and then Gaia Reach. So they would put me to 1, and then I would go back up to 4. I don't need to activate the food right now. I can wait for them to do something. That Gaia Reach is really annoying, though. I don't like it. Okay, so they had Mountain. Bowmasters is gone. Yeah, I'll go ahead and crack this food now. Okay, Thoughtseize. I think that Graven Cairns might not be in their hand, but I don't remember what is instead. Yeah, that's fine. And they deal the remaining 2 points of damage to me. Thoughtseize is gone. I don't believe they can. And now it's just a race to find a Pithing Needle. So I'm going to go ahead and discard this food here. I'm going to gain my 5 life and gain my 3 life now, go up to 5, and then I'll pass turn. Whenever an opponent discards a non-creature, non-land card, draw a card, huh? No. That's fine. And now I am very, very slowly gaining life. Thoughtseize is gone. They have a Raven's Crime in hand. Notably, I need to gain enough life to be able to survive a Kroxa hit here, which will happen eventually. I think it might even happen next turn. This Underworld Cookbook is doing the Lord's work. Ugh. Do I allow them to draw this? They could breach into Kroxa. Yeah, I can't allow them to draw that. That's a shame. Oh my god. All right. Can't let them draw that either. I have Cage in my deck somewhere, but if my opponent just goes Underworld Breach, Kroxa, and then just escapes Kroxa later, then I die. So Breach is down, Fatal Push is down, Blackleaf Cliffs is down. I feel like they're slowly working through my lock here. Oh, I have Grafdigger's Cage on the battlefield! Oh, you're right. I have Grafdigger's Cage on the battlefield. Oh, that makes me feel so bad. I didn't need to sacrifice that lantern at all. I have Grafdigger's Cage on the battlefield. Okay, well, let's go ahead and crack this last food then. All right, that was a misplay of the world, I guess. That's a big oof. Just forgot that I had this Grafdigger's Cage in play. Thanks for reminding me, everybody. Ugh. So they can't escape that Kroxa, which means I am just at 7 life right now. 5. Third land would be lovely right now. Go ahead and see if I can find it. Yeah, I'll take the Urza Saga. And this still allows me to crack the food. Jeez, that was just absolute rough. That was just terrible. Alright, well, the game's still recoverable, barely. Notably, my opponent has not been using their Castle Locthwain. Can't believe I just completely whiffed on the Grafdigger's Cage being in play. That is a big oof right there. It's not the sort of misplays that you come to this channel to watch, but it's the sort of misplays that you watch anyway. I have been playing around Kroxa this entire time, and now they just have a Waste Knot that they didn't need to have. Oh, it's not that I have been playing... It's not that I haven't been playing 100% perfect. I've actually been playing pretty terribly, I think. Turn off auto yields. There we go. Oh, that's a land. That's perfect. That Raven's Crime is no longer in my opponent's hand. Yeah, I wonder what's going to happen with this game, honestly. My opponent isn't having the easiest time beating these two cards together. When did this cage get in play? I don't remember playing this. I don't remember casting this at all. Did I find it off of a saga or something? I don't think I found it off of a saga. Wait, that means that I can start milling them. I can just mill them for freebies. I should start doing that. Oh, my opponent is chatting with me. No, they're not chatting with me. Good. I have made a solemn promise to myself to never open chat on stream. Or at least not display chat to stream. And now the... Oh, hit an Orcish Bowmaster. That's really big. That's big. That's big news. Yeah, I don't need that. Okay. So now the only reason that I'll ever open chat is to take screenshots and post them to the Salty Screenshots channel in the Discord. Did my opponent even activate Gaia Reach Sanitarium that turn cycle? That's a Lantern. Yeah, this Gaia Reach Sanitarium is kind of annoying me. I don't know if it's annoying me so much that I'm going to grab a Pithing Needle for it. I have 2 still left in my deck. Oh, they're lightning bolting me. Does that mean that I'm dead? They surveilled to top. Yeah, I'm dead. All right, well, I threw this game. I didn't need to throw the game. Okay. And actually, I'm not going to concede because I legitimately might win this to time. Yeah, my opponent's clicking their Waste Knots when they should be clicking their Orcish Bowmasters. The Waste Knots should go on the stack automatically if they have MTGO configured properly. And yeah, I'm just going to let them kill me here. All right. So I could have played that better. Let's try to not be bad this time. All right, so what do I actually want in against them? I'm not convinced I want anything. I could take out the portable holes, replace them with prismatic endings. I could bring in extirpates. Actually, might just do 2 portable hole for 2 extirpate here. Yeah, I'm just gonna do that. I'm not gonna sideboard too much. Jeez, man. Yeah, forgetting that I had the Grafdigger's Cage in play was a pretty big deal because I just shuffled something that I didn't need to shuffle. Well, I milled things that I didn't need to mill, and that caused me to shuffle when I didn't need to. I would like to play first. Thanks for asking. This is a 5-land hand. Oh, geez. Sometimes I really just wish I had a Shadow Spear in the deck somewhere, you know? All right, so what does this hand do? This hand does... not much. I'm gonna mulligan this. Oh, this hand does even less, but I'll keep it. All right, my opponent has mulligan to 6. I am going to fetch Shock here. Let's go ahead and lead on Stirring, see if I can find a decent lock piece. Ensnaring Bridge is good. Yes, we take Ensnaring Bridges. So when you fire off an Ancient Stirrings and you find an Ensnaring Bridge, then you want to take it. You usually want to take it. Ensnaring Bridge is a good card. Let's go ahead and play our Urza Saga here. Play out Grafdigger's Cage. Yeah, Grafdigger's Cage is the thing that this hand does, really. I mean, I can make a couple of Urza Saga constructs, maybe block some Orcish Bowmasters, but that's about it. Waste Not, huh? So if my opponent's just spending time getting their engines online, then maybe, just maybe, I will spend my time creating a construct and then casting this Inquisition using this Mox Opal. Blood Moon. Wow! This hand just says, just screw you, doesn't it? I'm gonna take the Brotherhood's End. Yeah. And I'm just going to accept that some portion of the time my opponent just Blood Moons me here, and then they delete my Urza Saga, and that makes me sad. Naturally top decking that Swamp, by the way. Thank goodness for Mox Opal, by the way. Thank goodness for Mox Opal. All right, take 3. A lot less than what you would have taken if you had not cast that Blood Moon. Oh, that shuts off all the tech lands. Yeah, I'm cool with that. Engineered Explosives on 0, huh? Gonna kill the construct. Okay. Maybe I should have cast this Ensnaring Bridge. Oh, okay. Uh-huh. Alright, Ensnaring Bridge, get down. Mox Opal. Again. Good card. Okay. So I have the Grafdigger's Cage. I have Grafdigger's Cage in play. It is on the battlefield. I do not need to mill. I do not need to sacrifice Lantern to get rid of this Underworld Breach. They can just keep the Breach. It's fine. Okay, so they still got the Burning Inquiry in hand, which is going to pretty badly screw me over. All right, so let's go ahead and pop out their revealed here. They're going to draw a Seasoned Pyromancer and 2 other cards. A Turok, huh? Okay, so that's what they had. They discarded Spyro, Waste Not, and Breach, which leaves Turok as their only card in hand. Oh, they drew a card and I missed it. That sucks. Oh, it was a Marsh Flats. Okay, that's fine. Okay. So now, how would they get out of this? What activated abilities from non-land things do I have to worry about? Seasoned Pyromancer can make some 1/1s. I have to be smart about this. I'm not good at being smart. Could just scroll through the list and pick something at random, but I don't think that's good. Chthonian Nightmare doesn't actually work. I'm just not sure. I'm just not sure here. I'm gonna do Obnixilis, the Adversary, just to have something to name. I don't think it's a relevant name though. Mishra's Bauble. They did not cast it. They did cast it. All right, so they're gonna have a Darcy now, which is gonna give them some draw filtering, and another Bowmasters. That sucks. So now it's just who draws the big thing first. That Lantern is going to be helpful. Bowmaster's down. Kroxa is a Lightning Bolt at this stage in the game. I don't worry about that. Darcy is down. This at least gives me something else to do. Ugh. All right, Kroxa's down. I'm going to fall to 8 from this Orcish Bowmasters. That is another Pithing Needle. Really don't like burning my Pithing Needles when I don't know what I'm playing again. I guess I'll name Seasoned Pyromancer here. Ooh, Pyxis. That's huge. That's huge. That's huge. Okay. Jeez. All right. Ah. Oh, that doesn't work. Okay. Trying to figure out how the keyboard shortcuts with that menu, with that selection box work. Haven't figured it out yet, though. Go ahead and F6 here. I did choose a card name for Pithing Needle, but thanks for asking. All right. So that Pyxis is a really big deal. Oh, I'm burning clock on lag. This is not good. Maybe my opponent will also be burning clock on lag. Don't know. All right, Bowmasters is down. Okay, so my opponent has a Waste Not. Oh, I win the game. Okay, that's fantastic. So yeah, just an absolute crapshoot. Ensnaring Bridge just bought me so much time. Card advantage. Ensnaring Bridge. That is Lantern's card advantage. I need to get that through my thick skull, that it doesn't need traditional card advantage. It just needs Ensnaring Bridge. But yeah, Blood Moon shut off their own tech lands, which was kind of nice. So I kind of ran out of things to needle. And I drew the Pyxis before my opponent drew the Burning Inquiry. That's it. That's all that happened. I'll go ahead and run it back. I could see an argument for bringing in Duresses, but I'm just not sure what I would side out. Maybe the Mishra's Baubles? I don't know. Wow. Snap keep, snap keep, snap keep, keep. Oh! Oh, I still have Grafdigger's Cage in hand. I am going to land that right now. Just extremely aggro with the Burning Inquiry, just really wanting to mess my hand up, but it didn't work. Okay, so now I can shred their hand with targeted discard. Let's go ahead and play this Underworld Cookbook, and I will Inquisition you. Interesting. I don't even need to cast the Thoughtseize. I could just use the Opal and cast Stirrings instead. Yeah, I'm going to take the Inquiry here. Okay. Cast Opal. Cast Stirrings. Hoping to hit something good here. Pyxis is decent. Next turn, I can cast Pyxis and still activate Urza's Saga, which is really nice. Blood Crypt is coming down. Kroxa is coming down. I think I just discard the Thoughtseize here. Basically the same as discarding it to the Underworld Cookbook. Ooh. Now that's a card that I could draw. Any good targets in their yard? Burning Inquiry is in there. I might just sit on Saga for a little bit. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna sit here and activate my Urza Sagas. Make creatures. They're gonna push one of them. Maybe one of them will get through. Let's go ahead and grab a Lantern of Insight. There's a Gyre Reach Sanitarium. Alright, so this Fatal Push is gonna buy my opponent a couple of turns. That's fine. I don't think I need to stop this Gyre Reach Sanitarium, though. Okay. Fatal Push is down, so the only card that they have in hand... actually, I will take this Gyre Reach Sanitarium now that I know that they have Bowmasters. Huh. Do I think that I can beat just a single copy of Orcish Bowmasters in the next X turns? Yeah, that's fine. I don't want them drawing the Dragon's Rage Channeler, but they already have 2 Burning Inquiries in their graveyard. Let's just see what happens after I draw this Glimmer Void. That is a Pithing Needle? Yeah, I don't need this Pithing... I don't need that. I can just make foods. Do I take Dragon's Rage Channeler out of their hand right now? Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I don't know if this is correct or not. Okay, so now they have Underworld Breach in their hand. Cards that they're drawing to that can answer a resolved bridge. They have 2 Brotherhood's End. They could Engineered Explosives, but they don't have a way to produce any colors other than black or red. Yeah, Waste Not produces black, not 2 mana of any color. That means that the remaining outs past that are to reach me out with Lightning Bolts, Oakish Boremasters. Oh, well. Well, I have the initiative on this, because I can just Pithing Needle their Castle Locktwain, which is something that I was planning on doing anyway. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and cast this Pithing Needle. And if they activate it, then I'm going to activate Pyxis in response. Oh, they didn't. All right. That makes my life quite a bit easier. Nice. Graven Cairns. Okay, I really don't need them to have that Earthing Inquiry. Wow, and they just scooped up the match. That was a bit early, you think? Oh, I guess I would have... Yeah, I would have drawn that Pyxis. I think that was still a bit early. I don't think it was quite time to scoop up the match, but I mean, I'll take it. Okay. So I kind of bungled the first game, but I played a lot tighter in games 2 and 3. Just kind of recognized that these Bowmaster tokens, like, I didn't need Bridge in order to handle that, but I did need to keep them off of threats, so I decided to use my Extirpate on the Darcy, just because I knew they had one in hand. Okay, well, we take those. I'll go ahead and start up round 4. All right, round 4. Yes, we are on the play versus... We are not on the play. We are on the draw versus Jack Focchetti. Is that like the cheese or something? Focchetti cheese? I bet it's a cheese. Can I please stop drawing 4 land hands? Please and thank you. I would love to draw 4 land hands. This is better. Only marginally better. Actually, I'll get rid of the Shockman because I have the Spire. All right. So our boy is a cheesemaker. He's busy making cheese right now. There are people of other genders named Jack. Sure there are. All right. Yep, they got around to playing their Marsh Flats. Now, do I Thoughtseize on turn 1? Ooh. Marsh Flats pass. I think I'll Thoughtseize on turn 1. Yeah, that's fine. Ugh. Oh my god. All right, so Skyclave Apparition is the obvious take here. But Overlord will just put it right back into their hand. Belia can blink stuff when it attacks. I'm gonna need a second discard spell. That's what this is telling me. I need a second discard spell. Do I attempt to overwhelm my opponent with Urza Saga Construct tokens? If I do, then I'm taking Felia. Although Overlord is just going to bring it right back into their hand. I'm just going to take the Overlord. And I'll cope with everything else, I guess. Snap on top. Played the Plains. Double Pithing Needle, you say? Well, I think I am going to play out one of my Pithing Needles on Marsh Flats. And then I'll play out a Grafdigger's Cage. And then, since I don't believe my opponent is going to be hitting my Mox Opal, I'll go ahead and hit the Mox Opal, play that out. Because it's probably more likely that they have discard. One other target non-land permanent. Whenever it attacks. Played out the Marsh Flats as their land. I see. Yeah, that's fine. That just lets me needle something else. I don't think my opponent would have an Eldrazi Displacer. Just do the same thing, I guess. So I've got a Spire of Industry in play now. I don't believe I need to play out this Pithing Needle because I can still eat this Felia. Yeah, I can still, at the very least, I can still trade with the Felia, I think. The Felia and the ping from the Orcish Bowmasters. Or they can just play their Orcish Bowmasters, that's fine. Oh wait, no, now they can Skyclave something. And they can attack with Felia. But they're choosing not to. They just skipped their attack step completely, just straight up skipped it. Alright, so Skyclave Apparition has come down. There we go. And now we've got some constructs coming down. A top deck bridge here would be insane, but it is not a top deck bridge. Unfortunate. They have 3 unknown cards in hand. Do I just get Underworld Cookbook, start making my constructs huge and amazingly ginormo mungo jumbo bigly? If I do that, I can theoretically make a 7/7 construct. I don't think I need to make a 7/7 construct. I think a 5/5 construct is going to be plenty big. I'm going to grab a Lantern. Another Felia, huh? Maybe they chump with their Felia then. That would be amazing. No chumps. Alright, Felia. They're swinging out. They're going to blink my construct. That sucks. Alright. It is time to find an Ensnaring Bridge. I would not like to pay 2 life. Ensnaring Bridge, please. Please, 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 please. Yeah! That's why we play Ancient Stirrings. Probably should have cast that Pithing Needle. I'm going to fall to 3 life now. At least Felia can't attack. Ah, no. Recruiter of the Guard is going to suck. This could get a Witch Enchanter. I'm going to fall to 3. Fatal Push is out of their hand. I wonder what they have in hand. Genuinely wonder what they have in hand. I don't know. Do I just name Marsh Flats again? I don't think I do. I don't really like having all of these needles. What's that one creature that... give me a second. Okay, it was Loran, not Loren. Loran of the 3rd path. Do I let them just draw this Recruiter of the Guard? I think I kind of have to. I'm going to see what they get off of it. Alright, let's see what they get off of it. Dude, she's got some hair, though. That is an impressive bro. And she's going to find somebody that will just absolutely straight up murder me. They just got an Orcish Bowmasters. Alright, that's fine. That's fine. I don't believe that I have the luxury of casting this Marsh Flats now. Alright, this is going to be a one-shot thing. Flicker Wisp, really? Wait, why didn't you grab Flicker Wisp the first time? Oh, I should have auto-yielded to that. Now, do I take this Orcish Bowmasters? If I take this Orcish Bowmasters, then I'm not dead to another Orcish Bowmasters in hand. I think I'll take it. Thoughtseize, really. Witch Enchanter. That's not good. Orcish Bowmasters, I knew about that. That puts me to 2. So this Thoughtseize is no longer a thing that I can draw. Alright, I'm going to auto-yield to this. Okay, activate Pyxis. The Mycosynth Gardens. Aven Interrupter. Exile target spell. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. Alright, Ephemerate is a big no-no. Exile target permanent. At least I have a Mycosynth Gardens up. That's nice. Ugh. That's less nice. Yeah, they're just gonna try and burn me out. Oh, this is not comfortable. I am not comfortable. I'm not having a good time. Let the record state that I am not having a good time. I don't think I want the third Pithing Needle. I'm gonna just exile now. I'm not having a good time. Everybody, I'm not having a good time. And my opponent has not conceded yet, which makes me think that they have some way of dealing 1 damage to me. Maybe an Orcish Bowmaster's in hand or something. I haven't even been able to check. That is an Ephemerate. That's not good. Cannot allow them to draw that Ephemerate. But I want this Pyxis on top of my deck, so I'm going to do that. Ether Vial is fine. Well, they haven't killed me. Well, it's an Emperor of Bones. So now I can't allow an Orcish Bowmasters to hit the graveyard at all. I guess that's the sort of thing that they could have had in hand. All right. They're definitely making me work for my wins here. Arid Mesa. They play it as a land for turn. So their out here is they Emperor of Bones. They exile Overlord of the Baelmerk, and then they adapt Emperor of Bones, bringing it back. And then they hope that they have an Orcish Bowmasters somewhere. Wish I'd known about that. I'm going to try to mill myself here. They can adapt at instant speed, so I need to always be holding up at least 1 mill rock. But I do need to end this game. Oh, that's a portable hole. Okay. Well, that makes me feel a lot better. So now I can... portable hole. Exiling their Emperor of Bones. Are they just gonna let it go? No. That Recruiter of the Guard could find an Orcish Bowmasters. Alright, and now I just need to cross my fingers and my toes and hope they don't hit. Alright. Hope they don't hit, hope they don't hit, hope they don't hit. They hit a Witch Enchanter. And they brought it back to hand. Okay. Oh, that was nerve-wracking. That Witch Enchanter gives them... There's a Felia. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Arid Mesa in hand. Arid Mesa in play. So they could Witch Enchanter my Lantern of Insight, which would give me quite a bit of trouble. Let's see what they target. This opponent has been playing pretty well so far, so that leads me to think that they are not just gonna auto-hit an Ensnaring Bridge. That being said, Pyxis was the wrong call. You needed to hit Lantern of Insight there. Good call, kind of. But not the right call. Let's go ahead and exile again. And yeah, I'll take a Codex Shredder, that's fine. Gonna win this game at 1 life, aren't I? This is, yeah, I might not be 100% keeping track of everyone's hand perfectly, but I am sorting out what's important and what's not. That Spectre Shriek is a really big hit. Ooh. All right. Ether Vial hits. They are fetching away that Orcish Bowmasters. I could have exiled that. I chose not to. I guess I could have exiled that. Spectre Shriek, let's go! From graveyards or from exile, cost 2 more to cast. Yeah, I can... Oh, I can't cast it this turn. Right. That's the last card that I know about. Alright, Fatal Push. If I let them draw the Orcish Bowmasters, then they win. So I'm not going to let them draw it. I'm going to exile it. Tidehollow Sculler, huh? Well, I'm still ahead on library, so I will mill this Glimmer Void and the Spire of Industry, try to dig myself into some action. Kinda don't want this portable hole. Alright, now I can cast this. And I need to do it like this. Oh, I see. I see, it was free. Fatal Push, Exphelia, and Solitude. Wow, and they just scooped it up. Okay. Well, just glad to have a game 1 go my way for once. That was nice. Oh my god. Oh my god. So, one of the reasons that you watch a content creator play Lantern Control and don't play it yourself is because of games like this, where It's kind of like playing Super Monkey Ball, except I don't know if anyone's ever played Super Monkey Ball here, but where you have to, there's that one course where you have to balance on the little ledges to get all the way through it. And playing Lantern Control is sometimes kind of like that, except sometimes you don't know where the edge of the ledge is, and the ledge is like varying widths, and sometimes you just have to really thread the needle, and you just have to go do, and you just have to know exactly what's going to happen and know what's in your opponent's hand, even if they didn't reveal it. And sometimes this deck is just hard to play, all right? Sometimes it's just hard to play. I didn't really see that many good Pithing Needle targets. My opponent is not going to rely on Grafdigger's Cage that much, so I might bring in 2 Prismatic Endings over those things specifically. I feel like the Underworld Cookbook is still going to be really important, so I'm not willing to get rid of that. I'm gonna do this. The mental fatigue is real. All right, so this hand has a Lantern. It has 4 lands again. I can Thoughtseize a play. I can see what my opponent is going to draw, and then I can die. I don't think this hand is good enough. I'm gonna mulligan it, and I'm gonna immediately regret it, aren't I? Oh, no, I'm not. Okay. This hand is much better. At the very least, it creates constructs that my opponent has to answer. I think I'm going to bottom the Mycosynth Gardens. And then I'm going to probably Bloodstained Mire into Shock, play Pyxis. Yeah, I'll Bloodstained Mire into Shock, play Pyxis. And then I will play... Oh, sure. And then I will play this Mishra's Bauble. They kept it on top. So if they kept their card on top, and that means that I can do this right now. I like that card. So what I can do is I can wait until their upkeep. I can draw this card, and then I can exile the top card of everyone's decks. And now I kept what I wanted on top, and I denied them what they wanted on theirs. Oh, I'm so glad I have Prismatic Ending in my hand. Do I just take care of that now? Yeah, I'll take care of that now. I don't want them to play a Tide Hollow Sculler or something. Oops. I don't have a white source. Oh, I am so bad. Oh, I have a Mycosynth Gardens. If I hadn't played a land, then I would be able to do that. I could just grab Urza Saga and just start beating my opponent to death with tokens, but I don't know how well that's going to work. I think I'm just going to take the Mycosynth Gardens. Yeah, I'm going to take the Mycosynth. Am I going to take the Mycosynth Gardens? I could just overwhelm my opponent with tokens. But am I really going to rely on that game plan? I'm going to try it. I'm up a game. I'm going to try it. I really should have not done the things that I did. Oh, nice. Yes, I will find a basic swamp. And now I will drop my Urza Saga. And now I will Inquisition you. Another White Orchid Phantom. I'm going to take the Wrath of the Skies. That was a pretty clutch discard spell. Unfortunately, if they just White Orchid Phantom me here, then that puts me in the dirt. But if they choose not to... Honestly, I'm kind of regretting not just removing the Stony Silence when I had the chance. Yeah, because they can just answer my sagas directly now. Yep, here we go. They're going to Stone Rain me. I'm going to try it again. And then if they draw a land here... Oops. If they draw a land here, then they could just play Witch Enchanter and blow up my Urza Saga number 2. That would suck. Oh, they played it as a land. Okay. Oh, I see. Okay. They draw 2 of them. That's a thing that they can do. They can do that. Is this a 2-power creature? It is. Okay. Land? Pyxis. All right, and now I'm just going to die with Ensnaring Bridge in my hand because I was silly and I didn't play it out when I had the opportunity. Yeah, I should have removed the Stony Silence, I think. Yikes! Kataki War's Wage. I haven't seen that in a long time. That's disgusting. Well, I'm losing my entire board now. Land? No. Okay, well, that was fast. Kataki War's Wage, everybody. That was nasty. All right, well, I'm on the play now. Mishra's Baubles are still decent. Stock on Pithing Needle is going down pretty hard. I think I'm going to bring in a Thoughtseize over it. Yeah, I'm going to try this. All right. Can I please get a keepable 7? Answer to this question is no. I cannot get a keepable 7. This is okay. I bottom... So this is Godless Shrine, Mishra's Bauble, Mox Opal, Codex Shredder, into Thoughtseize, and then I probably bottom the Portable Hole. My opponent is deciding on whether or not they keep their hand. Hopefully this means that they keep a really bad 7. I Thoughtseize the only thing that they can do, and then I Mishra's Bauble myself into a Lantern. That would probably be best case scenario. I will keep this. They have kept their 7, and this also answers their first play. So let's go ahead and pay the 2 life on this. Cast this, cast this, cast this. All right, what you got? Wrath of the Skies is the obvious take here, but it's just nice to know what else they've got. All right, Wrath of the Skies is down. They'll now draw a unknown card here. Shadowy Backstreet, you got it. Doesn't really matter if you surveil the top or not. Yeah. Gonna go ahead and bobble myself here. Now, do I want to also take the Felia? I don't think so. I don't think I need that. And suddenly I'm operating on not that many resources. Ooh, that is an Urza Saga. That's huge. All right, Plains is down. And they're just holding up Felia now. I don't think I'm going to shred them. Let's see what I draw. It's a land. Now, if this Felia ever attacks, I just eat it. Oh, I see. I don't just eat it. That was a good draw. You know, opponent, that was a good draw. And they've got Ephemerate on that thing, too. That was a really good draw. I'm going to go ahead and fetch up a tap land here. And I'm going to create a dude. I will grab one of my 2 basics. They're going to fearlessly swing in with Felia. All right, and now I have a prismatic ending that I can point at something. Yeah. Grabbing my basics. Oh, it enters tapped too, huh? Okay, so now we have a game. They have Arid Maze of Solitude and an Unknown in hand. Let's go ahead and play out this Lantern. Stony Silence, are you freaking kidding me? All right. $5 Sculler is more beatable than Stony Silence. Do I point my Prismatic Ending at the Felia, or do I point it at the White Orchid Phantom? If I point it at Felia, then they blink White Orchid Phantom, they delete Godless Shrine, which is not that big of a deal. But Felia is just going to cause so much trouble for me. I'm gonna kill the Felia. I'm gonna kill the Felia. That's what I'm gonna do. And at the very least, if they ephemerate the White Orchid Phantom, then it cannot, it cannot attack this turn. And I am not using that ability because I really want to draw that Urza Saga. Oof. Wait, nope, that's mine. That is mine. What did they draw again? Oh, they drew a Tideholler Skull. Okay. So that means that this Witch Enchanter is live. They're just playing it out for beats. Okay, yeah, that's fine. All right, and now I need their unknown card in hand to just not be something good. Please don't be something good. All right, yep, that Witch Enchanter has got to go. I need that Urza Saga around. Orcish Bowmasters is fine. Ugh. Yeah, I can't let them have that. Godless Shrine! It was a blank. That's fantastic. But Solitude is now online. I am not winning any game where I don't have Ensnaring Bridge in hand. So I'm going to start playing towards Ensnaring Bridge. Hey, there's an Ensnaring Bridge. Now, do I grab the Ensnaring Bridge now, or do I grab it later? Meaning, do I put this Ancient Stirrings into the graveyard using the Underworld Cookbook and gain a little bit of life? I'm going to mill them first. White Orchid Phantom. I do not need my Urza Saga anymore. I'm actually not going to do anything. I'm not going to do anything yet. Oh, wait, nope, they have an Orcish Bowmasters in hand. I forgot about that. White Orchid Phantom is going to happen. This is not a very strong law. I am going to create a dude. If they Solitude this, then I gain some life, which is going to be really nice. Oh, did I just not block? Just didn't block. All right, sure. Yeah. Okay, I will not use its ability. Okay. So now I'm going to draw and cast this Ensnaring Bridge. And I'm going to start using Cookbook to gain some life. White Orchid Phantom is out of their hand. That Skyclave Apparition is a big no-no. Please just be nothing underneath of it. All right. Non-avatar creature card. Yeah, they just have so much stuff that they can do with that. Okay, so I have to shuffle here. And I'm just going to discard this now. And I'm going to F6. All right, here we go. Solitude and one unknown in hand. Oh, don't tell me. Oh my god, you've got to be kidding me. All right, sure. Okay. Okay. Now they can just find whatever the hell they want to find. It doesn't matter what it is at this point. Witch Enchanter, you got it. What's on top of my deck? An Ancient Stirrings. I cannot draw an Ancient Stirrings. Mishra's Bauble. I can go up to 5 life, and that's just not good enough. Yeah, that's it. Damn. Yeah, I was just nowhere near good enough here. There was another Ensnaring Bridge that far down in. So if I had had another land, I wouldn't have even found the Ensnaring Bridge. Yeah, that's all right. Okay, on to round 5. All right, so we are at round 5 versus Blue. I'll just call you Blue. All right, Blue, I finally have a... It's fine. I'll keep it. I probably could have cut Mishra's Bauble against the previous opponent for sure, but I just didn't. So we've got that going for us. But yeah, Orcish Bowmasters is just it's a card. It's a card that exists. It definitely is a card that exists. Go ahead and Thoughtseize our opponent here. They are going to Thought Scour themselves. They mill into a Force of Negation and a Watery Grave. Okay. So what do we have here? We've got good old Counterspell. We've got Sink into Stupor, Harbinger of the Seas. This hand is not... I'm not taking Harbinger of the Seas, so that's not going to be very good. I could just play Urza's Saga. Yeah, Unearth is not really good here. If I take the Harbinger, then they're just going to Unearth it. I think I'm just going to take the Counterspell on the hopes that they play Undercity Sewers next turn. And then I can Pithing Needle their Polluted Delta. That's the out that I'm on right now. Yes! Got him. They put the card on top. Let us see what that card was. It was a Murktide Regent. Okay, I'm going to play Urza Saga. And I'm going to Pithing Needle your Polluted Delta. And now I'm going to fire off another Pithing Needle. Please don't play with my cord. And I'm going to name Psychic Frog. All right. Forg is now dealt with. I'm going to draw a card here. My opponent is going to draw a Murktide. Oh, shame upon you and your children. Shame. Harbinger of the Seas is down. All right, now I can Thoughtseize the Sink into Stupor and then land Ensnaring Bridge, and hopefully that should be game. I'm going to save the Spectre Shriek. Let's just go ahead and Thoughtseize. Yep, exactly what I thought it was. Sink into Stupor can disappear. Oh, right. It's an island. I forgot. I couldn't have cast Spectre Shriek even if I wanted to. Polluted Delta is down. Sink into Stupor is down. Murktide Regent presumably is coming down. Here it is. All right. I have done my best. If they just top decked a Counterspell there, then I am dead. Oh, that's a Lantern. Okay. So what do I do here? I play the Spire, obviously. What do I do here? Do I slam Ensnaring Bridge, hope that they didn't draw a Counterspell of any kind? I guess they could have drawn a Force Negation, that would be fine. I'm gonna slam Ensnaring Bridge. I'm just gonna do it. Come on. You didn't top deck a Counterspell. Oh, they top deck a Counterspell! Oh, they're cycling into a Counterspell. Cycling into a blue card for Force of Negation. No! All right. My out is now to just naturally top deck another Ensnaring Bridge. Okay. I feel like that was running pretty hot, honestly. I feel like they were running pretty hot with that one. Cycled Unearth into the blue card for Force. Can I run hot? No. But I can possibly hide the fact that I am Lantern, because they haven't actually seen a Lantern of Insight yet. But if they know what they're doing, then they know I'm playing Lantern. Okay. Sideboard guide that I made for this matchup says to side out all 3 Pithing Needles, and then to bring in the 2 Duresses and the Thoughtseize. Do I actually want to do this? I would be keeping the Portable Holes. Grafdigger's Cage is decent. I don't think I need the Underworld Cookbook. Yeah, I'll take out the Underworld Cookbook and I'll leave 1 needle in just as a target. And I'll do it like that. Huh. They could have drawn that counterspell next turn, but at the very least I could have taken the Unearth, which would have allowed them to, Oh wait, no. No, they could have... I could have shuffled with Lantern and made them draw something else, hopefully. Go ahead and be like that. And I did not win that game. Oh, this is a risky hand. Oh, this is a risky hand. I'm going to keep it. This Ancient Stirrings was a discard spell. I would love it. Let's go ahead and lead on basic Swamp into Lantern of Insight. Thoughtseize. Of course they have a Thoughtseize. Of course they have a Thoughtseize. Of course they have a Thoughtseize. I'm going to get Thoughtseize. They're going to take my Ensnaring Bridge. And we are in the dirt. Officially just buried deep in the dirt. I don't even have a basic forest to fetch. At the very least, I can start making Urza Saga constructs. And I think I am going to do that. I think I'm just going to Pyxis now. I don't want them drawing this Consigned to Memory regardless of what happens. Basic Island. Yep, you got it. And it's a Psychic Frog. Okay, so Psychic Frog sucks. Let it be known that Psychic Frog sucks. What do I do here? I think I'm just going to play my Polluted Delta and I'm going to pass. Okay, they played theirs. They still have 5 cards in hand. I'm going to fetch here. I'm going to fetch a basic Swamp. And I will make my Urza Saga construct. I haven't yet decided if I'm going to block. Well, it doesn't matter. They decided for me. I could exile this with Pyxis. I haven't checked their hand yet. Okay, I'll exile with Pyxis. That's such a fast clock, and I really don't want it coming down anytime soon. Okay, Spell Snare is fine. I don't really want this Overgrown Tomb. I'm gonna draw it anyway. Harbinger of the Seas is just a lot less relevant now, but I really wish that was a discard spell of some sort. Ancient Stirrings would have been nice to have. Are they going to have another Fatal Push here? Don't know. Yeah, Spellsnare is actually just completely dead on their side. It's just a completely dead card. Okay, we got a Construct. There is a decent chance that I just grab a Pithing Needle for Psychic Frog here. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I just want to shut that down. Okay, this needs to be shocked in anyway, so I will just do that now. Lantern of Insight, Mox Opal, Godless Shrine. Mox Opal would allow me to cast green and white cards underneath of a Harbinger of the Seas. How important is that? Not particularly important. Lantern of Insight is at least a little bit of a backup for my lock. Okay. Alright. And now we are going to the end step. My opponent is going to draw this Harbinger. Hopefully. They're not going to draw the Harbinger. Oh, there's nothing I can do about that, consider. They drew the Harbinger. Yeah, that's fine. And they are fetching, which is good for me. Yeah, I don't think I want them drawing that Murktide Regent right now. If they keep it on top, I'm probably going to exile it. Yeah, I'll exile it. Kind of just want to keep them off of threats right now, while I don't have anything else going on. Oh, how much I wish this Mycosynth Gardens created a copy. They are milling themselves. They drew a Polluted Delta. Okay, they're going to exile the Fatal Push, draw a Psychic Forg. Polluted Delta is in there. They'll have 2 unknown cards in hand, by the way. That's a lot of unknowns. Now, they could throw frogs at me in an attempt to cantrip. That's not terribly good. Oh, they just have an Oculus. Oh, they just have a Murktide region in hand right now. That's scary. I don't like that. Oh, it's just a Harbinger of the Seas. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, you got it. You got it. I'll take that. I'll take that. I take that. Okay. And the game has slowed down. It's exactly what I wanted. And I'm going to play out this Lantern. Okay, I've only got a Spire of Industry in my hand. That's not a fantastic card to have in hand. Psychic Forg. Another one. Wait, that's another one. I'm 129,000 million % going to eat this Psychic Frog if they attack with it. Psychic Frog, you got it. Soporific Springs as a land drop, huh? Sink into Stupor my Construct. That's not fantastic. All right, well, now I pretty desperately need to draw an Ensnaring Bridge. And I don't actually care if they draw the Support and Oculus, because now I'm just on a clock. And I know what's in their hand exactly. I will exile here. Yeah, I will take a Pyxis. Pyxis is fine. Lantern is fine. Go ahead and play out that Lantern now. But I do need to naturally draw into an Ensnaring Bridge, but I have plenty of digging power at this point. I'm not too terribly worried about that. I cannot let them draw this Force of Negation. That's fine, though. Bloodstained Mire, that's fine. The scariest thing about Unearth right now is the instant speed cycling, but I don't think I can worry about that. I think I'm just going to take this damage. Okay, Unearth. Yeah, you cannot have a counterspell. I said you cannot have a counterspell. I said you cannot have a counterspell. Okay, that's fine. Island. They just kind of let all of that happen. It's a shame that this Stirrings is on top of my deck. Maybe I should have kept the Opal. Because now I'm just going to have to eat this Oculus. They played their Island. Now they're playing their Psychic Frog. Yeah, and I need to find Ensnaring Bridge in the top, like, couple cards of my deck here. Okay, so it's not a Fatal Push. It's not that Fatal Push. Wow, yeah, I just need to dig. Ugh. All right, Lantern Shuffle, here we go. Here we go. Not Bridge. Let's just see if it's on top of my deck, though. It's not. Okay. Wow. Yeah. Well played from the opponent there. I probably could have squeezed in a Mox Opal in there at some point, which would have allowed me to find an Ensnaring Bridge and blank their whole board. But I didn't find it. I just straight up didn't find it. My opponent did get a bit lucky on the first game. But, you know, that happens. I don't think I'm too worried about that. Okay, I will go ahead and wrap up with the showing of the deck in just a second. Okay, so what did I think about the changes that I've made so far? Spectre's Shriek didn't really come up all that much, and the one time it did come up, I was like, I don't really want to get rid of the card in my hand, so I did bottom it that one time. I don't think that was really that big of a deal. Portable Hole was pretty clutch, actually. I kind of liked Portable Hole. I'm not going to complain about that too much. Maybe this could be something better? I'm not sure. I think that the land base is better than it looks. And it looks pretty horrendous. I think that we just had a bad run this time. I think that I misplayed in a couple of critical places, and I think that I got unlucky in a couple of critical places. I don't think that I need to really do anything except try again. So I will try again.